A home crowd, a championship final, and one unforgettable finish. Georgia Hunter Bell has delivered when it mattered most, winning Commonwealth Games gold in the women's 800 meters and sending a powerful message to the rest of the world. But was this simply a great race, or are we witnessing the rise of Britain's next dominant middle-distance star? Racing in front of a home crowd, Georgia Hunter Bell stepped onto the track carrying Britain's hopes in the women's 800 meters. Just 2 minutes later, she crossed the finish line in 1 minute and 59.51 seconds, claiming Commonwealth gold and defeating a world-class field. But it wasn't just the result that made this race unforgettable. It was the way she controlled one of the most tactical championship finals of the Games. The women's 800 meters was one of the headline middle-distance events of the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Georgia Hunter Bell entered the final as one of the favorites after an outstanding rise over the past 2 seasons, but the challenge was far from straightforward. Among her biggest rivals were Kenya's Lilian Odira, the reigning world champion over the distance, and Australia's Sarah Billings, who had consistently been among the strongest championship performers this season. The field also featured experienced international athletes capable of turning a tactical race into a dramatic finish. With a packed stadium behind her, Bell wasn't just chasing a medal. She was chasing one of the biggest victories of her career. From the gun, the race developed into exactly the kind of tactical contest many expected. Surprisingly, very few athletes wanted to commit to the pace early. Instead of someone taking control immediately, the field hesitated, leaving Georgia Hunter Bell at the front sooner than she had probably planned. Rather than forcing an aggressive pace, Bell stayed relaxed and simply kept the race moving, knowing that making unnecessary surges this early could leave her vulnerable later. Behind her, Lilian Odira remained in an excellent position, carefully tracking Bell without making an early move. Sarah Billings also stayed close to the leaders, waiting for the race to open up over the final lap. The opening stages remained controlled, with the entire field still well within striking distance as they approached the bell. That meant the championship would almost certainly be decided over the final 300 meters. As the runners entered the final bend, the race finally came to life. Georgia Hunter Bell increased the tempo, gradually stretching the field rather than producing one explosive burst. It was a perfectly timed move. Coming into the home straight, Bell still held the advantage. Bell stayed composed over the final meters, maintaining her rhythm all the way to the finish line. She crossed first in 1 minute 59.51 seconds, securing Commonwealth Games gold in front of an ecstatic home crowd. Behind her, Lilian Odira claimed silver in 2 minutes and 0.58 seconds, while Sarah Billings completed the podium with bronze in 2 minutes and 0.61 seconds. Those times tell only part of the story. This wasn't a race won through raw speed alone. It was won through patience, positioning, and outstanding championship awareness. Qualities that are beginning to define Georgia Hunter Bell as one of the very best middle-distance runners in the world. This Commonwealth title is much more than another gold medal. Georgia Hunter Bell has steadily developed into one of Britain's leading middle-distance athletes. But championship racing is where reputations are truly built. Unlike paced Diamond League races, championship finals are unpredictable. Athletes have to make split-second tactical decisions, respond to rivals, and still find enough energy to produce a winning finish. That's exactly what Bell did. She stayed calm when the pace slowed, accepted the responsibility of leading when no one else wanted to. Beating an athlete of Lilian Odira's caliber on one of the biggest stages of the year is a statement that the rest of the middle-distance world cannot ignore. For Lilian Odira, the silver medal was another reminder of just how competitive the women's 800 meters has become. Sarah Billings also deserves enormous credit, proving once again that she belongs among the world's elite middle-distance runners. With Bell, Odira, Billings, and several other top athletes continuing to improve, every major championship over the next few seasons promises to be fiercely contested. For Georgia Hunter Bell, this victory could become another defining moment in what is already shaping up to be an outstanding career. Winning Commonwealth gold on home soil will give her enormous confidence heading into the remainder of the season and future global championships. But the challenge doesn't get any easier. The women's 800 meters is one of the deepest events in athletics, and Bell knows that every race against the world's best will demand the same tactical discipline and finishing strength she displayed in Glasgow. If she continues performing at this level, there is every reason to believe that even bigger international titles could be within reach. Georgia Hunter-Bell delivered under pressure, winning Commonwealth Games gold in 1 minute and 59.51 seconds with a composed, intelligent, and championship-winning performance. But what do you think? Has Georgia Hunter-Bell established herself as Britain's new middle-distance queen? Or do you think the battles with Lilian Odira, Sarah Billings, and the rest of the world elite are only just beginning? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to The Athlete Insider, and turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest stories from the world of track and field. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.